I'm Jeff Stouffer, a certified financial planner. This year I'd like to help people stay focused on what's most important. As you can tell, we all largely survived the fiscal cliff. It was one of those things seemingly out of our control that if Congress didn't somehow solve the problem, we could be pushed back into recession here in 2013. You know, it seems like there's always headlines and things like that, uncertainties, if you will, that keep us from staying focused on what's most important. And one of those things is planning for our future. Planning for the future can be abstract at best. But you know, all of us are going to stop working at some point in our lives. And what I'd like to see here is something that we can kind of hang our hat on, or things to help keep us focused in the year ahead. And what those three things are spending, saving, and investing. By taking small steps and staying focused on the right things, it can make a meaningful difference in your future. So this is a new year. We all get a fresh start. And so I'd like to encourage you to pick one of these three things, or maybe work on each one of them at some point during the year. So I said, I think that'll make a meaningful difference. Small steps today can make a big difference in the future. Spending, a complicated subject and probably worthy of its own book. Spending is one of those things that seems to happen almost automatically. And I think there's a large portion of the decisions we make are unconscious when it comes to spending. But the task here is to track our spending and get in touch with our priorities and our values. What matters most to us? Are we spending our money in ways that are most meaningful to us? You know, I could say that I value saving for retirement, but then if I track my spending and look and see at the end of the month that I probably spent more money on my car, dining out, and on clothes, that's good information, and I'd want to know that. By tracking our spending and getting in touch with our priorities, that enables us to make better decisions. Saving. God, it's one of those rules that are an absolute truth. You know, we should save for retirement. I hate to tell you, I think it's more serious than that. I think we must save for retirement. Particularly if we don't want to have to rely on Social Security as our sole source of income in retirement. So by completing the first step of tracking our spending and getting in touch with our values and priorities, that enables us to find ways to save. Enables us to make trade-offs. For instance, if you found that you could save an extra $50 a month towards retirement, if you went out to dinner just one less time a month, you might want to make that choice. Investing. I think back, well, I hate to say the good old days, but when I was 7 or 8 years old, my first bank account had a 7% interest rate. And back then I thought, wow, that's great. If I deposit $100, I can earn $7 without doing anything. And that meant a lot to me because my sole source of income back then was mowing lawns and pulling weeds. And it would take me a lot of lawns and a lot of weeds to make $7. So nowadays, savers would think they died and went to heaven if you get a safe 7% return. It seems like now we'd have to assume a greater degree of risk to earn even a modest rate of return. Less than 7%. You still have to, and you have to take a lot more risk these days. So while it does highlight the need for diversification as always, I think it makes it even more important that we understand the risk of the investments we make and to make sure that we're taking only those risks that we can afford, not just the risks that we think we can stomach, because often those are different. So in the year ahead, I'd like to see people stay focused on what's most important. We don't need to let the headlines or some uncertainty in our lives take us away from a core need that we all have to take care of our future. Spending, saving, and investing. As I said, small steps today can make a meaningful difference in the future. As far as spending, track your spending, get in touch with what's most important, and make conscious choices. By being able to find those trade-offs, we can find ways to save more, and then it really behooves us to educate ourselves a little bit more on the risks that we're taking with our investments, and making sure we're taking only those risks that we need to take. So stay focused in the year ahead, and if it gets too complicated, seek the help of a professional. That's all from Jeff Stouffer of Stouffer Wealth Advisors here in Marin County, and I'll be back with another topic next month.